So everyone, welcome back to my class. So today we are going to be talking about Photoshop interface. Last week we talked about theories, and I really congratulate you guys that made it to this section of the class. It's such a big thing, and if you have made it to this point and you have not subscribed, you are doing a lot of mistake. So we are going into Photoshop interface. We are going into Photoshop interface today. Today we'll be looking into the aspect of how the Photoshop interface really look. We are going to be looking into the aspect of the tools in Photoshop, and that will be really awesome. So the first thing is you download your Photoshop from anywhere you want to download it. But to me, if you want to use a free version, because I'm using Photoshop 2021, if you want to use a free version, you can download it in getintopc.com. That's where I download my Photoshop. Then the next thing you install it. If you're having trouble installing it, you can check one of my videos affiliate on how to install a Photoshop from Get Into PC. So when you check through my video, you are going to see it there. So after you've installed your Photoshop, the next thing is you open it. So after we open our Photoshop, it will take you to this interface as you are seeing here. So we have the menu bar. We have create new, open. Now create new, when you click on create new, it's going to open a new document, and this document is where you are going to set up your workspace. So we have manual way to set it up here. On this first place that I highlight is where you change your name. Let's give it a name and say our first practical. So after you've given it a name, you now give it your width and height. Now this is it. You don't just choose any width and height for designs. And we are talking about, if you are designers, we have two ways to design. Where we design for social media, and we design for printing, and we design for website. It's either you design for website or for social media or for printing. So we design for websites, for ads. In 4 ways. We design for website, we design for ads, we design for social media, and we design to print. So now, if you are designing for social media, there are structured and permanent sizes for you to design on. We have permanent sizes for social media. For Facebook, we have 4x5, which is 1080 by 1350 px. We have the 9x16, which is 1920 by 1080. We have the square version 1x1, which is 1080 by 1080 px. And the last one we have the 9x16, which is 1080 by 1920. That is the 4 sizes you can use on Facebook. On Instagram, we have the 1x1, we have the 4x5, we have the 16x9, and we have the 9x16. So on X, we have the 16x9, we have the 1x1, and we have the 9x16. On YouTube, we have only 9x16, 16x9, and 1x1. So if you know all this on your head, then you are good to go in understanding the sizes. If it's for printing determines, if it's permanent printing like on A4, we have 8.5 by 11 on A4, and if it is on A5, we have half of 8.5 by 11. We have quarter of 8.5 by 11 when it comes to A6. When it comes to A3, we have double of A4, that is A3, and if it's A2, it's double or 4 A4, that is 4 pieces of A4 makes A2. I hope you understand that. So the next one is that if you want to design for printing, don't jump into designing. Ask your client. That is where communication comes in. When you want to design, the first thing you ask for is your brief, the brief of the design. And if there's printing, you ask for the design sizes. What size is this design going to be? Is it going to be a billboard of 4x5 inches? In printing, they don't use inches, they use feet to print. But if it's small scale like flyers, they can use inches, they can use pixels, they can use inches and pixels. So But if it's printing, they use feet. So you know whether it's 2 by 2 feet, 3 by 5 feet, 7 by 2 feet, 8 by something feet, depending on the sizes of. Now, sizes for printing varies. It depends on the client's requirement. So you don't jump into designing. You ask for the sizes first. So for us today, we are going to be using the 4 by 5 aspects of the design, which is 1080 by 1350. So this is the width 1080, the height 1350. Orientation, we have landscape, portrait. We want it portrait. Then this artboard, click on the check whenever you want to design. I'm going to tell you why in our other video. Resolution, we have many type of resolution. We have 72, we have 300 dpi, we have the 300 dpi, we have the 1200, but I used to use 300 dpi. Color mode, leave it in RGB. Background, you can change your background, but I love to put it in white. So let's just click on create. When you click on create, it's going to take you to the Photoshop interface. You see, we have the interface. Now, the reason why this thing is bringing artboard 1 and it's not bringing it in most of your design, because if you have been using Photoshop and you're a beginner, you might not see this artboard 1. It's because you have not been checking that place I told you to check. You have not been checking it. So if assuming you click on open, that is for create new. If it's for open is to open your previous files. You might have previous files you've designed. So when you click on the previous files, it opens directly. As you can see it here, it opens directly. So that is how to set up your workspace. And this place is where the magic happens. And there are four core things you should know about this place. Now, the first thing you should know is the menu bar, which is the file, edit, image, layer, type, select, and every other thing. The second one is the toolbar, which is this toolbox here. And the third one is what? Is option bar. That option bar is always under menu bar. And option bar change according to the tool you pick. If I pick another tool now, you see the option under the tool, under the menu bar change. If I pick this option, it's change. If I pick this option, it's change. So option bar change depending on the kind of tool you are picking. And the last one is what? Is this property bar. This place is where every other things comes in, like colors, swatches. So if you might not see your interface like this. This is how your interface will come. So I created my own interface myself under this place. You see, and we have Oracle here. I created it, and in our video later I'm going to show you how to create it. Or should I show you now? Let me show you now. Okay, this is how you create your interface. Now when my interface come like this, I first ask myself, what is the most important thing I will be needing there? And the most important thing I'll be needing there is color, swatches, I'll be needing property, and I'll be needing my layers. All of that things, I don't need them. I remove the gradient, I remove the pattern, I remove the library. You might leave it if you need it, but I don't need it. I remove the channels, I remove the path. Then I set all other things together to each other. They should just stay beside each other. I have the adjustment and I have my layer. So this is how I set up. And after I set up like this, the next thing I do is to go to this place and I save as new workspace. You see, I can now write Oracle 2, just for example. So when you click on save, if you come back to this place, you see I have Oracle 2. So that is how to create your interface. So the next thing we are going to be looking into is the tools. We have three most important tools every designer must know. If you know these three most important tools, you can flow on any software, be it Photoshop, be it CorelDRAW, be it Illustrator, be it Canva or anything. And the first tool I will show you is Pick Tool. Pick Tool is used to move an object. Let's imagine we have an object. This object is being moved by Pick Tool. It's being moved by Pick Tool. Pick Tool is used to move an object. Yeah, we have Marquee Tool, but I want to show you the three most important tools. The first thing is Pick Tool. The second one is Shape Tool. Shape Tool is used to create shapes. We have rectangle. Under it, when you click on your mouse, we are going to be seeing other tools: Ellipse, triangle, polygon, liner tool. The third tool I want you to know is the text tool. Now we have the text tool where you can write your text. you can write your text too. So that is the three most important tool every designer must know. So other tools follow according to when you are working, when you are doing your work, when you are doing projects, then every other tools follow. So that is the three most important tool I'm going to explain today. And whenever you open your workspace, whenever you open your Photoshop workspace, the first thing you should toggle on, you will see that this show transform control is always off, and when it is off, you won't be able to move to reshape your object. You see, you can move it, but you won't be able to reshape it. You won't be able to reshape it. So the first thing you do after you open your Photoshop is to toggle on the show transform control. It's going to show you the nodes where you can move object. If any of you have been into the struggling of trying to transform, that they'll tell you like press Ctrl, so press Ctrl T is not permanent. Just click on this show transform control. It's going to be permanent. You can move your object at any point of time. You can move it out. The reason why I can move something out like this, you notice that most of your Photoshop you can't move your object out like this, because if you move it out, you are not going to see it again. It's because I have toggled on the artboard. So when I toggle on the artboard, I can use my Photoshop like as if I'm using CorelDRAW. So that is for today. So this is where we are going to be ending today, and I'm going to be giving you an assignment today, but I'm not going to be giving the assignment here on live. You can check under the description. You are going to see the assignment there, and you can, if you are my student, you can check the group. You are going to be seeing the assignment in the group. This is where we are going to be stopping today. Tomorrow we are going to move from where we stopped. So before we go, we have finished. We have named this our we name it practical, right? So let's save what we are doing. So if you want to save, you can click on Ctrl S to save, and you can go to File, and you can go to Save As or Save. So I will click on Save, and I want you to do something. You are going to create a folder, a new folder, and I'm going to call it 30 days class. So under the 30 days class, we are going to save our first practical. So we click on the save. That is how to save. So this is the end of the class today. We are going to be meeting tomorrow. Don't miss out. Have a wonderful time.